Let's pack my daughter's Easter basket.
This is just some like casual things. We went to Louis Vuitton because it's her favorite store and got her a couple of things.
This is everything I got in my Easter basket as a 20-year-old.
Okay, so this is what happens when you go out in the sun all day with a hat and sunglasses and don't wear suntan lotion. So I'm going to look very red in this video, but I think you guys know what time it is. Seeing some comments from my older videos like this, in about 3 weeks time, it'll all be about Easter and spring. Well, there'll be another commentary video on that theme, and that's exactly what we're doing today. We're a little bit less than 2 weeks out right now, and it has already been turned up to 11. I guess going overboard on consumerism is just considered festive now, apparently. So we're going to be going over a lot of what I've seen both online and in person, along with some of your comments from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave it in the comments down below. But you know, we have to start off with everyone's favorite, ridiculous influencer videos that have to compete to have the most stuff or the best thumbnail just to get you to watch.
Let's pack my daughter's Easter basket. I debated about whether I was going to share this video, and I can already smell the comments from here. I receive the most criticism on videos like this and my cleaning videos, and I find it very perplexing. I've been a content creator for a few years now, and I've noticed a disturbing trend. The moms who repeatedly expose their children to dirty homes, the ones that neglect them and mistreat them, those are the moms that are constantly going viral and have the most support. Their comment sections are generally full of encouragement and understanding. On the other hand, I am constantly criticized for doing nice things for my daughter. To my critics, did it ever occur to you that perhaps I'm trying to break generational cycles? When I was a child, my parents didn't do nice things for me. I didn't get an Easter basket, nor did I have birthday parties. I never felt special, and when someone did make me feel special, it was the wrong kind of attention, and I ended up pregnant at 19. My daughter will never be impressed by somebody's dusty son because me and her daddy have set the bar high, and we will continue to do so, despite what the critics have to say.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that some of these comments has really gotten to this person. So if anybody ever criticizes her videos at all, they must be neglectful parents and not go above and beyond to just give them every little thing possible. That seemed like a crazy thing to say. She was so salty during that entire video. I guess still debated on putting it up, but you knew 100% that she was still going to upload this. And then when I read over some of these comments with valid criticism, I guess they're all just hateful and neglectful parents now. Okay, what 5-year-old needs expensive lip balm? Pretty valid comment. I don't know about you, when I was a child for Easter, I got an Easter basket just filled with candy, maybe coloring books and crayons. I know I obviously did not need makeup products, but I don't think I would have needed lip balm at 5. You don't get to call those less fortunate than you neglectful. Having less money doesn't make a person neglectful. But from what we see online on every single holiday, no matter how big or small, you now have to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for gifts for every single person. And with a lot of pushback on that recently, so many people are tired of, honestly, walking billboards, influencers just shoving product after product in our face for every possible reason you could think of. Now some of them are getting angry and say, if you don't do the same thing, you're not a good parent. That's crazy to me. And I mean, we have a clip up on screen right now of the same thing, the contest. How big of an Easter basket can I get for my kid? And honestly, if it wasn't some sort of competition to be put online to show off to other people, you wouldn't be taking photos and videos of these giant baskets that are taller than your child, probably taller than me. It's almost become more of just what other people think online, your friends, family, even strangers now, compared to actually doing nice things for your child. And of course, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be buying anything for any of these holidays. Consumerism's bad, blah, blah, blah. But there's a very big difference between the last couple clips and this one coming up.
Happy Easter, Carson.
Oh, Mama. Mom,
Yeah?
how did you get this, Mom? Thank you.
You're welcome. I made it. And then Grandma got you this one. And then Mommy made you that one. You see all the stuff?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
So in that clip, you could see how happy he is getting those Easter baskets. I would venture to guess that he is just as happy as the other two kids in the last clips that got a mountain of gifts and candy and all of that. But I could tell you right now, because I saw that in the store, the Paw Patrol Easter basket, even in 2025, is $20 right now. And compare that to all of the stuff that the other clips got. To me, at least, it seems like it's more for online attention and clout than it actually is a gift to your kid. And you and I both know it does not stop there. It only gets worse.
Let's make you guys some Easter baskets and stay to the end to figure out how to get one. Starting off with basket number 1, you're going to get a full-size bottle of Your Turn by Billie Eilish. In the basket you go. And then you're also going to get this little Tatcha mini set. So in the basket you go.
You guys get the gist of what this is going to be. You get one piece of chocolate and then non-stop cosmetics. I don't remember that being too common for Easter. It's just another excuse to go overboard like Christmas. Every one of these holidays is going to turn into this. And from what we've seen on this channel, how much cosmetic items are, these baskets get extremely pricey very quickly. But you go and look at this person and that's their entire identity. Paul, the fragrance influencer, with a whopping 2.1 million followers. I have never seen this guy in my life other than looking clips up for this video, and he still has 2 million followers, being a fragrance influencer. This clip was reposted by Tatiana, which is somebody we know on this channel, the self-care queen, the overconsumption queen. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you could probably get it from just this short clip.
Hey besties, you know what time it is. Help me pick out my shower routine for tonight.
And this is what all of their content revolves around. Some of these influencers don't even really care about the holidays. They use it to just make themed baskets and themed advertisements, which are their entire videos that have all the links in the description and give them kickbacks and probably make them even more money, with normal everyday people thinking that they have to compete and buy a whole bunch of fragrances or cosmetic items in general on top of the candy for any sort of Easter basket for your kids, your wife, your girlfriend, anybody now. We have a comment from one of you guys. I do like minimal decor for Valentine's. I do understand that you have to draw a line. I think about Christmas when everybody was making Burr baskets with hundreds of dollars of gifts. Then they turned around and did the exact same thing for Valentine's Day. Then they'll do it again for Easter and Mother's Day. I think this is a perfect transition into the next clip that I found.
We did the Boo basket. We did the Burr basket. We did the Bay basket. Now it's time for the bunny basket. I wanted this basket to be reminiscent of like a childhood Easter basket. So I got a wicker basket with some grass colored crinkly basket paper. I mean, just try to tell me that doesn't take you back.
Just the first few sentences of that clip, if you really think about it, shows how ridiculous this has gotten. I get that Easter baskets have been a thing for a long time, but now every single holiday needs to be some sort of basket, and just getting way more expensive every single year. Of course, we see some of the giant companies in the comment sections of these videos. Nerds Candy, this is perfect. Absolutely love this from Touchland. Never heard of it before, but they are verified. I think this little collage of photos does definitely show the rampant change in consumerism when it comes to holidays, just the bunny basket ideas. Something you would look up if you didn't have any ideas for Easter. We have the first one that doesn't even have any candy in it at all. You have necklaces, I mean just a whole bunch of candles, one Easter bunny plush, and then everything else is just completely different, just products. Next one, we actually do have Hershey's and Reese's, but then it turns into Stanley's, more cosmetics, Dior cosmetics I see there, a little bag. It's just insane. Another one, just a couple, M&M's, Hershey's, more cosmetics. Here's the UGG slippers that I know are very popular and I think are around 90 bucks. And then the last one, no candy to be found. You got the cosmetics, you got the necklace and the earrings and the Stanley cups, all of that. Not even close to even what it was before. And I know in the end, Easter is supposed to be a religious holiday in the same way Christmas is. So any sort of this stuff is completely losing meaning to what it was originally about. I understand that. But just the difference in over the past, decade or so seems absolutely insane to me. And I know a lot of people are feeling that way because I'm also starting to see trends of other people do the very sarcastic, funny skits like they are influencers, completely out of touch with reality. I think it's pretty funny.
Hi guys, I'm over here packing up the kids' Easter baskets, and I figured I would share because I've gotten so many DMs, so many questions asking about what we're getting them for Easter because you guys are stupid and don't know how to shop. It's our friend Jesus' birthday, so we always put together a little basket for the kids, so I figured I would show you what's in Brinkley's this year. So up first, this is her starter basket. So this is the first basket that she gets on her bed when she wakes up in the morning. We have a couple of baskets that we give out. I put some eggs in here, some candy, some stuffed animals, and then also I noticed she had some wrinkles on her forehead. I know she's only 4, before, but that's why I got her some skincare, so we put that in here. And then I'm gonna pack her second basket now. This is just some like casual things. We went to Louis Vuitton because it's her favorite store and got her a couple of things. Up first is this crossbody. We figured it would be really cute for her to wear to church. And then we got her another Cartier ring and a Cartier bracelet.
Of course, it's over the top and sounds insane, but really, when you start digging a little bit deeper into some of these influencers, he's not that far off, and that's why I find it funny. He's got a couple of these that are pretty good. Other people do it as well. But on the opposite side of this type of content, not the skits and being ironic and funny, you have people that are serious like this.
This is everything that I got for my sister's Easter basket. For the basket, I'm going to be using this backpack from Lululemon. I'm going to start with the Easter grass. I did get her this purple Stanley. Put it right here.
So this is another person that we've talked about previously, that her entire channel is just being a shopaholic, Brooke the Shopaholic. And I personally didn't like this account even more because she understood the actual problem with shopping addiction and how bad it is and costly, of course. So there's a good amount of videos of her saying that I have such a problem, you know, my mental state isn't great, I'm gonna fix myself, I'm gonna be better, I'm not gonna buy all this stuff. And then a few videos later, here's a new haul because I had a bad day. Just showing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of just random items that she decided to buy. And of course, we got the Easter stuff here, going above and beyond, spending way too much money. The Lululemon backpack alone. The descriptions like this that you know would anger people. This is not an affordable Easter basket. I 1000% went overboard, but that's who I am as a person, smiley face. I didn't even realize the hashtags and the ats. Easter basket ideas, Target Easter finds, and then a Bloom partner. So on top of this, she also got sponsored and paid even more money. You could see the difference between people understanding how crazy this is and, oh, you know, I wish I was that person. I wish I got all this stuff. Since when is Easter second Christmas? Did I miss something? And that has 83 likes. But then the next comment just saying, I don't like my sister this much, with 12,000 likes. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I'd be if I got all of this, with 19,000 likes. It really does show the change in thought process to just overconsumption all the time in just our society in general. So all of the videos of the skits of people going overboard and buying their kid, you know, Louis Vuitton when they're only a couple years old is still overshadowed by people actually taking this seriously and then wanting to be these types of influencers, online creators. We have another comment from one of you guys. The moving on to the next holiday, no matter what time of year, drives me nuts. There's Easter/spring stuff in stores. It's January. We still have a decent amount of winter left and Easter isn't for months. All this is being forced and rushing into the next thing. I mean, I saw Easter stuff for a while now in any one of the stores. And of course, the decorations go above and beyond now. In the same way that every holiday now also needs a basket, we need trees as well for Easter. It's not just Christmas. The amount of storage you would need if you had all of these decorations for each one of the holidays must be unbelievable. But if we go back to the very first frame of the clip, I like how they wanted to slide in a little bit more product placement and of course the designer super expensive stuff. With the tree in the background, you could see a couple of the books that says Chanel, Louis Vuitton. So if you really were looking just a little bit more expensive of a clip just to compete with every other influencer trying to get your attention, what do you see as the first comment of this video? Home Goods, the actual account. This makes us very happy. And if you've been to Home Goods, we'll see it a little bit later. Just mountains and mountains of really crap decorations. I aspire to be this extra. This is beautiful. And then the absolute 180 with the next comment, no more garbage to landfills and microplastics in our brains. Because when I go over any one of these holidays or decorating sort of videos, I'm not a huge decorator, but I understand why other people are. And if you do really like it, please try to get actual high quality items. Most of the time I say vintage stuff because it was truly made better than the stuff we see today. Because all the stuff that I'm seeing in stores is still dirt cheap prices, especially with how expensive everything is, which means it's made for basically nothing and the absolute lowest quality material. So it won't even last till next Easter, whether you decide to keep it or not. I'll show you in a little bit what I've found at some stores, but you know we had to go to another staple in one of these videos is the restocking videos. We saw it a ton with the candy and Halloween, same thing with all the eggnog and the Christmas themed drinks and candy and whatever, and now we're going straight over to Peeps. I'll just have the rest of it up on screen. I really don't like ASMR. I know it's a very polarizing topic. I am not on board. Some people really like this. That's why they had the little nail tapping and all the sounds for everything that she's doing. But you could just see she's loading up the fridge with way more stuff than they honestly could eat, spending way more money than they should be, but it gets a really good thumbnail, so it gets good engagement for TikTok. Overall, I bet it's a net positive for these bigger influencers, even though it is still a waste of money at the end of the day. But what I'm starting to see more and more are the people trying to become influencers and doing the exact same thing, not really pulling it off. Okay, I have it up on screen. I'm not just trying to make fun of this person or be a hater, but you could see what the first clip is starting to inspire with people who probably wouldn't normally do this, because if you go to the description for this particular clip, I use them for decorating. So now you're using food, the marshmallow peeps, for decoration, just like the Restock big influencers are doing, but they're making money off of it. Now overall, it just seems like a waste. And you got the exact same thing here when it comes to shopping. Very small accounts trying to jump on the bandwagon. Easter finds for under $5 at Target. And I actually went through this area myself in my own Target. I'll tell you right now, the quality is not there at all. But again, the description, Target has the cutest Easter finds right now at Target. Suggested title and hashtags. I can see that they use some sort of program, maybe even TikTok does it themselves. I guess an AI generated thing for the title. They kind of messed that up. Hashtag micro influencers, small creators, Easter find, Easter, Target, ASMR, spring decoratives. So even with people waking up and realizing that a lot of this is just completely over the top, the gifts, the decorations, especially when they're very low quality, it's only going to get bigger when you start seeing accounts like this trying to emulate the stuff that goes viral all the time. Now I'll show you just some of the things that I've found in my own stores, but before that, I wanted to read a comment from one of you guys. A bag of chocolate before Easter used to be $3.50 and now it's $5, but it's already on sale with 25% off. I saw the exact same thing with Halloween, at least a month, if not 6 weeks before the actual holiday. All of the candy was already out and discounted to try to put it in your mind that it's cheaper to get right now. I'll just save it till later. You buy a whole bag of candy and within a couple weeks, you slowly start eating it throughout the days, throughout the weeks. You end up running through all the candy before Halloween and then you got to go buy another bag. Just an easy marketing tactic to get you to consume more, but we'll run through some of my pictures. Of course, we have the Easter Starbucks cup. This was the only one that I took photos of, but there were many different variations of this now. Just like the last comment, we have these Dove chocolates, $4.99 down to $4.69. So honestly, barely a discount, but that same sort of thought process is planted in your brain. Oh, it's cheaper now. I'll just get it right now. Then most likely overall, you buy more than you initially thought. Here we have these $5 bunny and carrot figures to put up somewhere on the mantle or whatever. I tried to do a little bit closer of a shot. You could see how low quality this is. Do you remember doing arts and crafts in like kindergarten or first grade when you were a very little kid? This kind of looks like the quality of product you would get from your kid. I'm not hating on it. I'm definitely not an artist myself, but even paying $5 for these items definitely do not look worth it to me, and something that will definitely be thrown out right after the holidays. No way this is lasting years and years in the storage units to be taken out and used as decorations for decades to come. This thing's going to fall apart. Another one that almost looked a little creepy, this lamb wind-up. I think it was $5 again. We have these little Nutella shot glasses for only $1.29, but I saw the exact same thing that did not sell during Christmas time. You could see in my hand how small this actually is. There were tons of these all over the place. I don't know why they're doing the Easter themed ones. I know it's only $1, so it seems really cheap in today's world, but I don't know. It doesn't seem too worth it to me. We have the $10 Easter wreath now, in the same way that there are now Easter trees, there's wreaths, just mixing all the holidays in together. Whole bunch of $3 cups that are just the lowest quality plastic. We have an egg here. We have the Easter bunny ones here with really crappy plates. These carrot pillows that ended up being $5. If you held this in your hand in person, you'd know that this is just the worst. Last but not least, of course, we had these Stanley cups, but a little addition, they had the tags because I guess people are stealing them now. So if you wanted to buy one of these cups, you had to go and get it unlocked like it was some sort of really expensive electronic. I thought that was really funny, and I think this is a good transition into, of course, the new Stanley cups and all the different colorways just for this holiday. We got the ones that I showed you, several different models, the different sizes, 30 or 40 ounces. Then we have these straw toppers as well. I've even seen another clip of some other version of a Easter Stanley cup. I didn't see this one in stores. It's probably somewhere else online. And then we have the influencers that turn it into into a basket, and of course, no candy, just a whole bunch of products and cosmetic items. It feels like I'm going insane because I just see the same thing all the time. 3.5 million followers on that clip, by the way, a massive influencer, so you know she's bringing in a ton of money through these affiliate links. Here's another little topic that I also saw was a little bit odd to me. I mean, maybe it's a little bit more normal for other people, but at least in my mind, Easter and Easter baskets were more centered towards kids, you know, the Easter egg hunt and all the candy and that kind of stuff. But there are a lot of full-grown adults unboxing their Easter basket or showing you what they got their kids who are also full-grown adults.
This is everything I got in my Easter basket as a 20-year-old.
Let's build my adult kids Easter baskets together.
Okay, so you already got your regular Easter gifts, and now part 2 I thought would be really fun. So these boxes, everybody's gonna pick one. They're mystery boxes off of the palette. Off of a palette. Nobody knows what's in any of them.
The last clip kind of mixes a topic that was popular kind of a long time ago, honestly, like 3-4 years around COVID time. But these clips are popping up more often, and at least, like I said, in my opinion, I thought this was more centered towards kids. Instead of getting baskets being adults, I mean, it could be different for you, but if you start seeing this type of content all the time, slowly you'll start to think that you need to get a basket for every single person in your family, just like it's Christmas, which just heightens the consumerism and spending even more. And I do want to show this creator as well, because especially with TikTok, with how quickly you could keep swiping and look at a clip for a few seconds, process something, and then just swipe to the next one, you could start thinking that these clips are becoming normal. Way different family situations, financial situations, they still make for really good thumbnails.
I find so much joy in serving my community, and my heart and ministry is in foster care, so come with me as I put together 20 Easter baskets for teenage girls experiencing foster care in a group home setting. This could be our last Easter with our children, and that's the reality of foster care. I definitely don't sit in that daily. I don't think that I could be a foster parent if I did.
So all of these videos have a crazy amount of money in them. I don't know their entire situation. It seems like they are foster parents when you go onto their page. With over 2.5 million followers, it also says wife and CEO. They could genuinely have a ton of money. I know they also get benefits for being foster parents, but most people are not 100% paying attention when they're scrolling every 2 to 5 seconds. So you see this a couple times in the back of your mind, you start to want to be them, compare your lives to theirs and compete. That could just end up ruining your finances, because just to make these types of videos costs so much money. Now we'll get into the portion of the video to try to de-influence you, all of the stuff that we're seeing, and a lot of people are waking up to it.
Guys, these Easter baskets are out of control. I mean, if that is what your kid's Easter basket looks like, I can't even imagine your Christmas.
Please let me de-influence you from going overboard with your kids' Easter basket. Chalk, bubbles, candy, maybe a coloring book, you're good. I don't know when we started spending $100 on Easter basket stuff, but you don't have to, and your kids are gonna love it.
De-influencing you from Easter decor. Though they may look cute, you don't need Easter-themed disposable to-go cups or party toppers. What photo would you even put in here just for Easter? This just looks like a pastel-colored Christmas tree. I don't really know what donuts have to do with Easter or why you would need these. These baskets are made out of flimsy plastic that would probably topple over and look like they would break in a second. I feel like you would only use this once and forget to use it again the next year.
And there are entire stores almost dedicated to these types of products. And I do like that there are more creators popping up showing you DIY, some things to do when you're on a no-buy 2025 trying to save a lot of money, get out of the consumerism rat race. So we'll finish off this video with this example.
Anytime I mention the no-buy year that my husband and I agreed to for 2024, I'm asked what we plan on doing about holidays. So let me show you the Easter basket I put together for my toddler. It starts with a basket we already had at home, stuffed with some Who Gives a Crap toilet paper wrappers, and a Lego base plate that was recently given to us. I checked out a library book from a series that he loves, which can be renewed after 3 weeks or returned if he's not interested. I think he'll be very excited about this reversible Blue Jay plushie that I made out of fabric scraps from my craft room. And if he's not, that's fine. I'll be fine. When my sister and I were kids, we always got bathing suits in our Easter baskets. So he'll get these trunks, which are an adorable hand-me-down from his cousin. And with that recently acquired Lego set, my husband and I built some cute little figurines, and I put those in some reusable cloth Easter eggs, which were also made from fabric scraps in the craft room. And yes, I put all of my eggs in one basket despite being warned not to for years.
So overall, I'm not telling you to not get your kids anything, but if you watch the giant influencers all the time as entertainment, it seems like a really fast way for you to go broke. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.